Welcome to the Games Conversation channel. My name is Paul.
My name is Josh.
And we're playing Metroid Prime. Let's get back into it. Incoming
Here we go.
scan data.
Whoa.
Unique phase-on readings. So this is it said high phase-on readings on mobile source. So this is the info that will eventually draw us back into the mines. But we're not quite ready. So we have...
Our danger meter is off the charts right now.
Off the chats. What am I going to look at? Where's my artifacts? How do I get anywhere?
Artifacts.
All right. First of all, you got to go into this menu. Then you want to go to your logbook. Now we're there. Okay. And I'm looking for my artifacts just to make sure. So we're missing 3. Which is great. And we're at item percentage of 79%. And I'm looking for a transport not to Findrana. That's where we just came from. But to Chozo, not to the mines.
The Chozo Ruins.
Talon can get us to Chozo. Findrana. Oh gosh, Findrana. So I don't want to go this far.
That's a long way.
That's Chozo. So we'll go to Talon and then to Chozo. It'll all make sense. Is this the one? Findrana. So not that far either. Okay, Talon. So in the natural course of just walking, we should get there. We should get there. Josh, ow. Give me some thoughts. Just any sort of thoughts you have on our experience with this game. Now that we're kind of coming towards the last. We're almost in the home stretch, as we like to make the very technical distinction between end game and home stretch.
Yeah. Remind me the difference.
Well, I said that end game was like when the pieces started moving towards things being done.
Yeah.
Whereas, what was the other one? Home stretch?
Home stretch.
Home stretch is like the very last, like the last 10 feet.
Right. And we're in the end game right now.
Yeah.
Not quite the home stretch.
The pieces are coming together.
Yeah.
Not quite the home stretch, though.
The pieces or the pizzas?
The pizzas
together.
are coming together. I love it when a pizza comes together.
Pizzas are coming together. I like... So you want my thoughts? That's a very broad question.
I know. I'm just kind of, lobbing a...
Leaves it really wide open.
Well, I mean, overall impressions. Like or dislike?
Like.
Yeah?
Very much like.
Okay.
So, throughout the gameplay, I've gone through some swings of
this game?
Yeah, through this game,
okay.
In my mind of regret that I did not play this when it came out. And being like, what? How did I miss this?
Yeah.
And then that's one end of the spectrum. Then I swing to the other one. I'm like, oh, right. It's because I was not patient. And I was not invested in the story. I liked the stories, but I didn't put the time in it like you do of reading everything. To some extent, I was like, on to the next, accomplish, check it off, moving forward.
At a time in your life when you no doubt had more time.
Oh yeah.
Than you possibly could have known.
But you didn't. Yeah. You don't feel like that at the time.
Right.
You feel like you have no time. Because what were we, 18, 19 years old when this came out?
Yeah. So busy. So busy, by the way. If you're 18 and 19-year-old, you're not busy.
Yeah. You think you are.
Try having multiple children, a full-time job, a wife, a mortgage.
Yeah, all of a sudden people are relying on me.
So, sorry, we're on the way to Chozo Ruins, but I happen to notice there's a red door at the top of this room. So we'd be fools not to get it while we're here.
Fools. So it's also allowed for some. So it's allowed for some interesting thoughts on that. The difference between this and like a Halo game, right? So Halo was more my cup of tea. But even then, I wasn't playing through Halo games.
Yeah, I mean, I understand there are differences. What would you call out as just like, why would they be different to you?
To me?
Yeah.
I would say...
What are you kind of thinking of? Ooh, you see what I see? These water droplets seem to be stopping in midair. Do you see what I see?
Is this the one? That's not the one that you...
No, this is a different room altogether.
Okay.
So it's interesting because I don't remember them like having a highlight target in the last room. So there's the red door, but I also see this opening here.
Open X-ray opening. So do we need to blow it up? Blow it up. Put a bomb on it.
We're just gonna go through.
Oh, don't need to put a bomb on it. Are we at 80% now? That'd be...
I think we must be. Ooh. We're at 190 missiles. So I want to say...
That's a lot of missiles.
I'll have to verify. I want to say this might reach 225. So we're getting close on the missiles. A lot of
missiles.
So yeah, the difference between this and Halo would be... Ooh, for what for you?
Well, I feel like Metroid is a slow burn, Mm-hmm. Slow burn, big payoff, right?
Okay. And Halo is more what? There's story to Halo, is this right?
Yeah, but even then, like, when I was playing Halo, it was with my friends. It was more the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah.
But...
That's true.
But, in general, like, there's story, but it's sidelined to... And you move through the story much faster, and it's more like action.
Yeah, I mean, because ultimately that it is like an action game, right?
Right.
That's
where
literally
this is
what they're doing.
This one you're solving mysteries and puzzles, and like this one is. I
had never thought of it. You mentioned that before we started recording.
Yeah.
I had never thought of like Samus. It's like a detective.
You're like a detective.
It's kind of like the original Batman. It was Detective Comics.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting way to think about it. Is like all this scan visor stuff really is you're just like picking up clues and
piecing it together.
Yeah.
And even to go further with that detective thing, like you follow a lead. And
sometimes it goes cold.
Then when it goes cold, you might back up and like follow a different lead.
Yeah.
So, but all of that requires a lot more patience and I feel like investment in the story and investment in the game, and where Halo's more like instant gratification, destroy, things exploding.
Gotcha. I mean, I could see that. That makes sense. Okay, so the one place that we really haven't gone is this whole kind of string.
Yeah.
Because we needed grapple beam, bombs. So, but I think in general, I'll have to look at my artifact thingies, but I want to say we've actually tackled pretty well everything else. So we'll go to that little area, and we'll check our artifact clues and just see, is there anything else we're missing? So you were busy playing Halo.
Yeah.
But now you're... So that's the thing about Metroid that I guess you're saying is like there's enough of a story.
Yeah.
That's not even really being told super directly. Like it's much more of a you'll find out if you want to know it kind of thing.
Right, yeah. It's not being forced upon you.
Yeah.
In fact, like the amount of... I would be curious how the amount of cutscenes that are in this. Like if you were to add up all the time. When we played Skyward Sword. Lots, yeah. In fact, I remember looking it up, and it was like 90 to it was like
that's true.
2 hours of cutscenes, and
yes,
it was the first Zelda game to use an orchestra. Like the music was just really Where our cutscenes have been pretty minimal. Like we're piecing it together.
Yeah, it's always like boss intros or like just stuff like that, but not anything of like and you know, and next Samus went here and talked with all these
Right.
people, and
Right. Or it's not like before you enter a room, it's like cuts to space pirates having like banter over
right,
coffee, man.
yeah.
Like,
Although we could
we gotta
easily see
protect
those
this."
happening, that would be great.
Hey, or having them be like, "Man, have you heard Samus showed up on such and such?"
These little kind of like sitcom-y parts where they're like,
Yeah.
Bruce, I heard you brought your pet to work. Sucks to lose your rations.
Yeah.
That would actually be really funny. Just like this extreme tonal shift.
Yeah.
I love that.
That would be a fun pet project for someone that wants
Yes. Please create
create-
the Space Pirate sitcom.
Oh my word.
A lot of good material there for sure.
Yeah. I also so before we started recording, I was waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Oh.
What do
Power
we have
bomb.
here?
Oh, and some lore.
Ooh.
It's been a while since we've seen some lore.
Speaking of the story, that's not
lore. We literally had to break down a wall.
Yeah.
Chozo's script, the power of our temple, and the 12 artifacts has sealed an evil in the depths of this planet. However, the future is cloudy to us. A world of veils where dark apparitions flit in the shadows. Within this strange world, one image stands out in the mist, flickering through the landscape, wraith-like. It is a human, a lone figure shining in the toxic shadows. We, Chozo, do not know what it is, but our hearts swell with hope at the promise of that glowing light.
We are that glowing light.
We are. We will place our faith in our shrine. We will be there when the light shines upon our land.
Ooh. They will be there? What does that mean?
Oh, that's a good question. So I just want to check. Yes, thank you. Where's that? Yeah. I just want to check. Not that. This. So we just read some lore bit. And
82% acquired items. We did it.
we did. Chozo lore. I think that was our last one. So we've gotten all the Chozo lore, which is cool.
That's amazing.
Pirate data? Is there going to be more? Yeah, there was missing at least that one. Yeah, one more. So we're getting a lot.
Wow.
I don't think all these logbook things are required for, like, you know, quote unquote the 100%, but it's just fun to see, like, the kind of the progress.
Oh, yeah.
So let me cruise through here. Like I said, I think that was really the only thing in Chozo Ruins that we needed. Oh, I do want to read my... Oh, what's this room?
Is this new?
This is a new room. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is like the only wing of this whole place that we... Ah! Energy tank. Alright, we need this.
Ghost Chozo?
Oh, that's a detail I meant to point out is her x-ray hand.
You can see her bones.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I like that they...
Skeleton.
Details like that.
Them bones.
Okay. Oh, he's still there. He definitely faded from existence and then was just like... Alright, so we got the bird beaks opening. And I see a energy tank. That's what we're lusting after here. More ball slots. Looks like it's a... You ever played Tony Hawk? Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised Tony Hawk hasn't come up so far.
Well, we've been talking about Kevin Bacon at certain points, too.
I did... There's a commercial with Kevin Bacon right now where he's wearing a fanny pack and advertising an electric vehicle.
Okay. Oh, I need to get over here.
Kevin Bacon is so in right now.
He really is. Oh, Ugh. Major foul.
What happened?
I ran out. Yeah, my little puzzle timer was like, "You're not good at this." Never fear, never fear. Woo. Yeah, these are the cutscenes you get. The just brief pan to the thing you just unlocked. Murder. Oh, energy tank acquired. Nice. Okay.
Beautiful.
So one energy tank remains. That's the only thing we have left. I can't get out this way, right?
It's worth a shot.
Okay.
Nope.
There was one other bird beak I just want to get into.
You know, I admire the creators of this game, Retro Studios. But one of the things that I think is really impressive is what they did with what they had with the hardware, like the hardware limitations.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of those games that they had to get really creative to maximize, push the hardware beyond what it was typically capable of.
Yeah, there's, because this is the 20th anniversary, there's all these like developer kind of interview videos that are surfacing, whether I don't know if they're new or just kind of coming back.
Yeah.
But, it's just fascinating to read. Like, they address a lot of that kind of like limitation idea.
Yeah.
And certain ways that they worked around it. So, two that I ow,
ow. Yikes.
I guess there wasn't any.
I hear something.
I'm wondering if I hear. Did you hear something in there? Yeah. Really? I don't see like any opportunities though. Ow, good night. She just gets crushed. Yeah. Are you seeing any?
No.
Okay. I think it might just be the pistons that we're hearing.
Yeah. I do like the lighting. I like how they're like, instead of it just being,
there's like spotlights.
Like they went out of their way to make physical structures that provide light.
Like little solar lights in this tunnel. That is interesting. Yeah. Why is that there?
I like that they did it.
What were you saying right before? Sorry, we heard the refrigerator.
Oh, no, you were saying some of the 20th anniversary, of the game design.
So one I saw was, the static that comes on the screen sometimes when you like get shot or whatever. They said the GameCube, I don't know if it wasn't capable or what of creating that, but basically what that is somehow like a visual of the game's code.
Yeah.
Like they're just somehow putting a visual of the game's code on screen and it creates the static effect.
Yeah.
Which I was just like, first of all, I don't understand any of that. But second of all, like, that's a creative solution, right?
Yeah, I saw that and I thought that was really clever. In a way, it's like a byproduct of something, and instead they just embraced it and used it.
Yeah, they were like, oh, I bet we can use... Yeah, they probably found out the static, I don't know, effect somehow by accident, and then we're just like, oh, we can use that here.
Yeah.
And then another one I saw had to do with, I guess, like when they were testing it or something, like the GameCube would tend to overheat, and so they would put it in the freezer, like, before testing, which is just kind of like... I don't know. You imagine they had like this little college boy fridge, and they're like, just stick it in the freezer. I don't know.
Yeah. And I think I read somewhere about there being some GameCubes that wouldn't function well on.
Oh.
Like there was like a faulty chip that went out in some GameCubes or something.
So one thing I wanted to check was our artifacts and just see are any here. So we only have 3 remaining. And it's just the blue ones, just the blue artifacts. So world, within the ruins of our home, so Chozo Ruins, we honor our fallen elders in a great hall. So I'm glad we checked. So we need to go find an elder hall chamber something.
Yes.
And then there's this one in Findrana's Edge. Oh, did we miss one in Findrana? Oof.
Whoa.
That one. So, man, I thought we racked up everything in Findrana. Guess not.
We were there.
Oh, gosh.
Uh-oh.
All right, and then also...
It's a wasp.
Also, I had a vague remembering of a place that we've been many times and haven't. Where is it? Where is it? There was a place called the Furnace that I remember we've been to a handful of times.
Nope, there it is.
And I remember there's spider ball tracks on the walls, but we were never able to get there. So I do want to go back and just kind of see what that's about. And then, what was the place? The hall that we're looking for?
Yeah.
Hall.
It's too bad there's not like an index.
Yes.
Vault.
What would an index be?
Watery Hall. Watery Hall access.
Okay. Hall. Okay. And I do want to go back through because I'm almost convinced that we heard something in one of the. Remember when we were like, "Do you hear something?"
Yeah.
So, a couple places I just want to quick hit. There's apparently like just much more in the Chozo Ruins than I gave it credit for. But it is the place that we went to the earliest. So we've probably had kind of more time
to
sort of like figure it all out. Okay. So last time I was asking you kind of for general opinions or feelings on the game, but one thing I'm a little curious about for you specifically, because you've already talked about how like you are now appreciating this game where you didn't think you hadn't played it, but maybe you just like hadn't been interested because you like knew you wouldn't have patience for it or something, right?
Right. Well, it wasn't on my radar.
Well, yeah.
I didn't consider.
That's a big thing too.
It never was a. I never was like. I just never chose it or went out of my way for it or really thought about it. You know.
Yeah. So, but because on our channel we've played Zero Mission and Dread.
Yep.
I'm curious your thoughts on kind of like the differences. Maybe not even the differences. Just general like, do you like or which one's better? Kind of maybe discussion about like, do you like the 2D or the 3D or what do you think's the merits of each kind of?
Yeah. Well, I would say.
Oh.
What is it? Do you hear the refrigerator?
I do.
How many of those do we have?
7. I think there.
What's up there?
Oh, hold on. It does look like a little beepy boopy, but nothing.
Wow.
You hear it though, right?
Wow. Yeah. What about the floor?
Oh.
Is that it?
Okay. The noise.
Oh!
The noise did it!
Expansion!
Yeah, I think there's only 8 power bombs and we have 7, so feeling great about that.
We have 205 missiles.
Nice. I don't remember the exact number. Oh, no. No, no, no,
We're
no,
just
no,
passing
no, no.
through.
See you
Don't mind
later.
us.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I wonder if somehow we were hearing the refrigerator noise all the way. This is a separate room altogether.
No, I still hear the same sound. It's like...
Okay. I guess it must be the pistons. I really was wondering. But I'm glad we came back this way anyway.
Me too.
Ah.
Me too.
Me too. Okay, furnace, hall. That was the other thing.
Ruined nursery. Vault.
Hall, okay. Is that where we just came from?
It is. It is 100% weird. But...
Oh, but like the secret way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say I prefer the 3D.
Oh.
In general, but I feel like Metroid Dread. So this is in general I prefer 3D, but I think Metroid Dread would be my favorite of what we've played.
Really?
Yeah. So okay. I know that doesn't necessarily line up.
I think Dread, you can probably... I mean, it is definitely 2D, but it has the benefit of all the hindsight of, like, 3D development.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily from that studio or anything, but just, like, they definitely could have... I don't know that they did, but could have taken cues from, like, things that were in either Prime games or just other 3D games, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed Dread a lot.
So I'm like, what about it? What about Dread are you enjoying that maybe you haven't seen yet in the Prime game, the one that we're playing anyway?
Is this we fought these ghosts?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like several
many a times.
100 times.
So I think that Dread was constantly interesting. Like, and it was always driving forward at a really fast pace.
Yeah.
Which, as we've talked about before, like, that's kind of more my...
That's true. Yeah, Dread... Yeah, there seemed to be, like, power-ups pretty quickly, stories, bosses. Like, there was a quick pace to it.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And I found myself... I mean, there's things I would say, but I don't want to be...
Spoiler alert!
But with the story, there's things that you suspect or are worried about, and then you learn more. I don't know. It was just always driving forward. The rooms, I don't feel like we did a ton of backtracking. I know we did some backtracking.
It was, I will say, and this is almost a complaint of the game, although I don't...
Dread?
Yeah, I don't necessarily see it as a complaint, but some people consider it, like, to be very, like, linear / in a way, hand-holdy, as in, like, it always kind of pushed you towards where to go, and so there was less sort of, like, of the kind of
explorative
wandering exploration. I think some people, you can still do that, but I think you tend to probably hit more, like, guideposts along the way than you normally would.
Yeah. Where I like a little hand-holding.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Apparently, the Metroid
well, some people don't.
diehards. The people you just mentioned, Paul. That's who doesn't. Hey! Missile expansion. Expanding the missiles.
Let me see. We were looking for some kind of hall.
We were having a hard time finding that hall.
Yeah, this is the watery hall. Let me just double check if we're looking at the right hall, you know? World Hall. We honor our fallen elders in a great hall. So, let's see. This is the watery. Is there another hall? Gathering hall. Okay.
That seems likely.
Furnace, I still want to go into. Crossway.
Oh, Hall of the Elders.
Hall of the Elders. That would
feel
be
like a fool.
That would be it. No worries. Well, I'm glad we came this way too. One thing I think you mentioned the story, and as you know, I'm very sensitive to giving spoilers. Like, I don't want to take that from anyone. But I was thinking about, like, it was almost like an M. Night Shyamalan level of what a twist at the end. And I was thinking about that this morning, actually, like, totally unrelated, just kind of on my own. Like, I just really appreciated that because I personally didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
And it actually added, for me, like a lot more weight to kind of what was going on.
Yeah.
So well done, Metroid people.
Yeah.
For pulling that one off. Because like now I'm like, if I play it again, obviously I'll know it and it won't have the impact. But to play it for the first time and like get that, I was like, ooh, that was a good.
That was great
Twist.
For our friends out there who have not watched our playthrough of Metroid Dread, I would highly recommend it.
First of all, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah,
Second of all, ride out this playthrough and then go watch Dread. Or if you're catching us kind of like as we release, you have time. You have time. Go watch Dread. So good. All right, we're in the furnace. This is one of the rooms I remembered I wanted to come back to. And then I think the Hall of the Elders will come shortly after.
The only thing I didn't like about Metroid Dread, our playlist, is the camera in the first couple videos. I apologize. It's bearable.
Well, so I will say we were still a relatively new channel. I mean, we still are, but when we first started with our channel, we were just on, we're just figuring it all out. And so Josh has been the one to kind of consistently champion our kind of AV and production abilities.
Yeah.
Which, I doubt anyone notices. But we did get new light bulbs in this room that are more daylight and less what is the yellowy light? Warm
light.
I don't know.
Are these 5,000? Am I looking at some 5,000s?
I don't know if they're 5,000. Maybe more like, what would that be? 35?
No, those are not 35.
Oops.
I can guarantee you.
Josh knows.
Those are either 4 or 5, and I think they're 5.
Okay, so the floor
light bulbs
is Bendesium. But yeah, Josh is the one to thank for adding the B-roll of our smiling faces in the bottom corner of everything. What else have you done, Josh?
That's about it.
Oh, okay. Josh is the one that
tripod
generously provides the tripod.
The microphone.
Yeah, the microphone.
You upgraded the microphone.
Most of our videos.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, anytime we needed like a dongle or a cable, you were just like, "Oh, I have 7."
Yeah, I got you covered. We've never been on this, have we?
No, this is new, and this is what I remembered seeing, like all these magnet tracks. Ooh. But we didn't have a way to get up there, so we had to have the power bomb in order to blow open the floor and create the boost ball track.
No.
Oh, you see that shadow on the ground down there?
Yeah.
So thankful. So thankful for Mario 64 paving the way.
With the shadow.
Putting shadows on the ground in 3D platforming.
Yeah, didn't they do that for that exact reason?
I'm sure, yeah.
For you to be able to identify where you're landing.
Anytime I play, like...
What did you just grab?
A missile expansion.
Another one!
Another
215. We're almost at 220.
Oh, 220. It's either 20 or 25. Or, ooh,
it's the
hopefully
max.
it's not like 50.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure 225. I don't know that for sure. Hall of the Elders. Here we go. Are you going to look it up?
Yeah.
I don't mind if you look it up.
Shannon?
No, look it up. Just all we need is the total number of missiles in Metroid Prime.
I'll look it up.
You guys. Oh, I do remember this. There's those little buttons on the wall where you have to use the specific color beams.
Yeah. That's this hall?
Yeah, the Hall of the Elders. Oh, Chozo ghosts. Oh, he's still alive. Sometimes they're like stronger.
I have bad news.
Is it 250?
It's 250.
Okay. You know what? They go pretty quick. And honestly, we haven't really explored the mines quite fully.
Yeah.
So the mines is our next stop.
All aboard!
All aboard! So this was our last little button. We had to get the plasma beam to be able to open it.
Mm-hmm. Whoa! Have we opened this?
No.
This is new.
Brand new,
Woo.
never before seen,
here,
world
live.
premiere footage.
What could be in there?
Well, hopefully it's, yes. Here we are.
Yes.
Suck up the artifact juice.
2 more.
That's right. Truckin'. Artifact of world. Acquired items, 88%. I mean, so we're very, very close.
We are trucking along.
All right.
Do you hit B or A to...
B is
shoot?
My jump. A is
Why
shoot.
do you think they... All right, sorry. Next move. What's the next
That's
move?
okay. Well, I think you bring up a good point. I think a lot of people naturally want... And you can remap the buttons. B as the trigger. Because they're like, that's more like a real trigger. But the amount of platforming you're doing in this game, I want the jump to be like...
really easy.
Easy. Like, that's very easy to me. And you shoot, but you don't necessarily do a lot of like... It's like you hold the A button to charge, and then you might like want to just shoot off.
Yeah.
But you're not really like...
Yeah.
Because that gun's not even made for it. But yeah, so the next move, I was thinking, is there anywhere else? We said we wanted to get the artifact here. I wanted to go to the furnace, and then we managed to find 2 more in the watery hall and the...
2 more missile
that
expansions.
little pipe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess that might be all for the Chozo Ruins, you think?
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Games Conversation channel. If you liked today's episode, we'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Please subscribe and ring that bell so you know every time we have a new episode. Join us next time.